Brian,
Hi.
how are you?
Good, how are you?
Well, as you know, my name's Jack, and so did you find my place okay and everything?
It was fine. I went a little bit farther down than I thought, but we turned around and I found it, so.
No, yeah, it's definitely hard to find my place. Like, there's so many houses and everything for sure.
Yeah, and I couldn't see the number, so, but we made a good guess.
Well, how was your weekend though?
It was good. I was in Nashville with my family this weekend, so it was fun.
Oh yeah?
So, yeah.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, it was like a 4-day weekend because of Thanksgiving break,
Yeah.
so it was nice.
Yeah, for sure. How'd you have Thanksgiving on the weekend too? Or did you have Thanksgiving on Thursday?
Well, we had Thanksgiving on Thursday, and then we had leftovers for the next like 3 days. So.
What'd you guys have?
We actually had ribs instead of turkey this year. My mom mixed
I love
it up.
ribs.
Yeah, my
Heck
mom.
yeah.
So it was a nice little mix up.
Oh. So as you told me, the purpose you're here today is because you've had concerns because you had high cholesterol, is that right? What your doctor said?
Yes, sir.
Well, so did he kind of go over any like education about cholesterol or anything?
Really the only thing he said was just that like my high levels can lead up to stroke and can lead to high blood pressure.
Right. You definitely don't want that, especially how young you are and everything.
Right.
It's definitely something to look at right now, and so we can prevent that from occurring later in life for sure. Because you like you're right, like he said, like it can lead to stroke, lead to heart disease, even heart attacks, and
Yeah.
you know it's not a good thing. But
Right.
anyway, so did he kind of so no education over it at all?
You know, he spoke a lot of scientific words, and you know I didn't really comprehend them.
Right.
So.
Well, that's what I'm here for. I'm going to try to explain
Okay.
to you as much as I can so where you kind of understand it and everything. So basically I have a handout I made for you right here. And so cholesterol, what it is, it's kind of like a waxy fatty substance. And actually, a lot of people think it's bad for you. You know, when you think cholesterol, you're like, oh, you want to keep that low. Well, you actually do need cholesterol. So cholesterol can actually, it makes vitamin D in your body. It actually makes the hormones. And so typically, like, it's just, you want a good range of cholesterol.
Okay.
And so, actually, there's two different types of cholesterol. There's the good cholesterol, which is like it's actually called HDL, and there's
Okay.
bad cholesterol, which is called LDL. And I'll kind of explain to you what that is. So basically, so good cholesterol. So what I'm talking about that is so in your arteries and everything. What happens if you have too much cholesterol actually can cause a blockage and it can actually harden. And this is actually the LDL cholesterol. So actually, good thing you have a chalkboard because I'm going to write for you. Kind of give you like a little diagram how what's going on.
Okay.
All right. So the reason why basically like high cholesterol levels can lead to heart disease and stroke and everything else because what occurs actually is a buildup in your arteries and also a blockage in your like blood vessels and everything.
Okay.
So LDL cholesterol or bad cholesterol, I'm just call it that from now on.
Okay.
So really what it does is it goes through right here. So this is going to be your artery or your blood vessel. It dumps out cholesterol, put these little dots right here, throughout your body. Because you know your whole body needs cholesterol, like I said, because you know it needs to make vitamin D and hormones, right?
Okay.
So what happens though, if you have too much LDL, it actually dumps too much. And what happens, it can actually cause a block.
Oh.
And so this makes blood hard to kind of like go through your arteries and go through your blood vessels, so causing that heart disease, stroke, or heart attack. So the reason why HDL is deemed good is because it actually acts like a little dump truck. And so what it does, it comes through here. And I'm gonna use the green for that. So this is your HDL. It comes through here. And actually what it does, it actually breaks down and picks up like the leftover cholesterol that LDL dropped off.
Okay.
So that's why it's the good cholesterol, because it actually helps unblock and unclog those arteries and blood vessels.
Okay.
Right?
So, is it like a main, is it a main factor in like hormone production?
Oh yeah, for sure. It makes testosterone, estrogen.
Oh wow, I had no idea.
Yeah. So you really do need cholesterol. And actually your body makes its own cholesterol. So even if you didn't get it through your diet, your body actually makes the amount you need and everything.
Oh, okay.
And so like, you know, a lot of things, like so most things that are high in cholesterol is gonna be like your dairy products, your eggs. Like you ever heard like, you know how eggs are high cholesterol because of yolk and everything?
No.
You ever heard that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So usually like the egg yolk is pretty high in cholesterol. And it's not the fact that that like having like this cholesterol, like having high cholesterol is a bad thing. It's just like the types of fats actually can increase the LDL, the bad cholesterol levels.
Okay.
Because when those levels increase, like I kind of showed you, the LDL drops off, these cholesterol making these blockages and everything else.
Okay.
Because what happens actually if you eat cholesterol, like from your dairy products and everything else, your body's actually smart enough to where it's like, actually, I don't even make my cholesterol, I have enough. I'm getting some from an outside source.
Okay.
So it's not really that, it's just the type of what cholesterol you're making.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So only the bad type is the one that causes like that. Is it just the excess or?
Yeah, the excess.
Okay.
Exactly. And so that's why you want to keep that bad cholesterol low and your good cholesterol high.
Okay.
And so, does this all make sense?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
understanding it? Alright, good. And so like I kinda like went over here, like and kinda showed you. So ways to increase your good cholesterol, right? And before I go into that, like yeah, I saw that like off your values that you give me with your cholesterol, that your HDL is a little bit low, your total cholesterol is a little high, and then your LDL's kind of high too. But it's not anything we can fix through diet. So
Okay.
like it's very easily to like decrease these numbers, and they're not crazy high or anything yet. So we're in the clear for
Okay.
sure. But so like right here on this handout, so ways to increase your good cholesterol. So exercising. So I know that I saw that you work out about 1 to 2 days a week and everything. It's like, which is really good. I'm glad. So like, how long do you usually do those like workouts?
It could probably range from about like 45 minutes to like maybe a little bit over an hour. Not too long.
Because usually it's recommended to have like 150 minutes of activity per week.
Okay.
And so like, if you're working out 2 days a week and you're already doing about 150 minutes, because you said about an hour,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that's about 120 minutes.
Okay.
Maybe throw in like, if you can, like we'll set some goals up later.
Okay.
So maybe later, like we can kind of talk about how maybe adding another day. But I know you're very busy because I saw actually that you coach volleyball, you're a server, you're assistant at GNC too,
Mhm.
and you go to school.
Yeah.
And that's a lot.
Mhm. Yeah, but it's a little overwhelming sometimes. That's why like diets are always kind of a convenience thing. So.
No, yeah, for sure. I completely understand. Yeah, looking at the form and everything, I see that you kind of like fast food is kind of like your go-to sometimes.
Yeah, it's
And I'm not here to say like don't eat fast food or anything because you can still eat fast food because you know how convenient it is, especially with your busy schedule. So it's just I'll give you some some examples of like different types of food you can actually get at certain fast food places like Subway. Like there's actually good things you can actually get from there that is not high in the bad fats I was talking about.
Okay.
But anyway, back to this. So yeah, so your good cholesterol. So ways to kind of like increase this, like I said, exercise. And so consuming foods high in unsaturated fat.
Okay.
Okay, so like what I mean by that, so unsaturated fats and stuff, so that's like olive oil or avocados have unsaturated fat, fish, nuts and seeds and everything.
Okay.
And so the reason why actually this like increasing unsaturated fatty intake because you ever heard of saturated fat?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So saturated fat's not that good for you because the reason why is it actually causes higher LDL levels, right? And so, like I showed you, like it can cause blockage in your arteries and your blood vessels and everything else. And I actually brought some olive oil.
Okay.
So, like in butter, like how it's kind of solid, right?
Mhm.
Room temperature. So, like if you can imagine, like how would it be in your body, right?
Yeah.
So if you think about like butter being solid, and this is the reason why, because it's a lot high in saturated fat.
Okay.
So it actually can cause more of a buildup in your blood vessels and arteries. And so
Is
all
butter?
yeah,
Does that? Okay.
well, it's because it's high in saturated fat.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to say like don't ever eat butter again, like it's just moderation. Like,
Okay.
and we'll go over like the 24-hour recall here in a minute, and I'll explain to you what that is. So basically, what that is, it's going to be like kind of like your diet over the past like the whole day yesterday. Just kind of get an understanding of like how you eat and everything, and based off that, I can give you kind of like recommendations. And then also like I saw you don't smoke, so like you're fine, you're in the clear with that. It's like smoking usually can actually like increase cholesterol levels because it causes that stress in your body, and as well like increase like the risk of like heart disease and stroke and everything was kind of told you with high cholesterol.
I did not know that. My parents smoke and they have high cholesterol. I did not know that played a factor in that.
Oh yeah, I mean my parents smoke too, and all of them kind of have high cholesterol. So
Oh wow.
so
Okay.
I understand.
That's
Right.
crazy.
And so like I said, going to the bad cholesterol, like I was saying, so that's the LDL, like right here where I showed you, like kind of drops off that cholesterol. So it's not it's not bad. Like you say bad, but really it does help. It's just you want to keep it on a normal range.
Okay.
And so basically to decrease your bad cholesterol, same thing the way the HDL almost, exercise regularly, consume foods and unsaturated fats, like don't smoke, and avoid trans fats and limit saturated fats, because when I say limit, because most things is gonna have saturated fat. You can't really help it, like meats and everything else. And like also like I said, like eggs and dairy. I don't want to completely just like cut out everything that
Okay.
you enjoy. So now, like I was kind of explaining to you, we're gonna do a 24-hour recall, which kind of goes over your food for the past day
Okay.
or yesterday and everything. So I kind of like have an understanding like of how your diet's like. And so
It was not good yesterday.
is that usually a normal day? Was yesterday a normal day for you?
Yeah. Wasn't it like I was double unhealthy yesterday? But
Well, do you have like another day like we can do like the day before that maybe?
yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
That's like normal.
All right. So kind of just walk me through everything you ate and try to be as specific as possible.
Okay. I had a bowl of Frosted Flakes with whole milk.
Okay. All right. And that was it. Did you have anything to drink or anything?
No, that was it for when I first woke up, and then
Okay.
I got to work. Didn't eat then, but then I got a lunch break and I went to Subway.
Okay. What'd you have at Subway?
I got a 6-inch meatball marinara sub.
Okay. They're pretty tasty though.
Oh yeah. Do I have to say what all I put on it?
Oh yeah. Did you have anything
Okay.
on it? Was it like
Yeah,
cheese and stuff like that? What
All
kind
of
of bread was it?
It was, I think it was the Italian herbs and cheese bread, and then I put provolone cheese,
Okay.
and then put lettuce and ranch on it.
Okay. And anything to drink?
I had a big cup of Dr. Pepper.
Okay. Then after Subway.
After Subway, I didn't eat or drink anything for like, I think it was like the next 2.5, 3 hours. And then in between GNC and serving at Malone's, I went to Starbucks and got
Okay.
a venti caramel macchiato.
Alright. Caramel macchiato. Was that like so venti you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that's the big one. Let's see. And then I didn't eat until late at night because I didn't get off work until about like 10, and I was given a free meal, so I got like 3 mini burgers and sweet potato fries.
I mean, if it's free, I fully understand. I mean,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, they were just like, anybody want it? So couldn't say no.
And what was on those burgers?
Just cheese and lettuce.
Just cheese and lettuce?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. And what kind of cheese was it? Just
It
American
was like
cheese?
cheddar.
Okay. Alright. Alright. So now, having your 24-hour recall.
Okay.
And so, kind of explain to you how, like, so unsaturated fats, so like kind of give you examples right here. Olive oil, fish, nuts, and seeds, and there's a lot more, but there's a variety of things that contain unsaturated fats, and like, it kind of told you kind of trans fats is usually in fried foods, and also processed meats as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then the saturated fat, like I was saying, is in dairy products, things like butter, most meats do, but you can't really help with that.
Mhm.
Meats are always gonna have saturated
Okay.
fat, but
Yeah.
as well as eggs. But like I said, it's very minimal.
Okay.
Just the main things that contain the high saturated fat, usually the butter, and also like eating like fried things, and also the processed meats.
Okay.
But so knowing that and everything, so do you see anything that kind of stands out at you right here at your 24-hour recall that you kind of just like knowing that might help you lower your cholesterol?
Definitely the mini burgers.
Okay.
I guess just because it's like the greasiest thing I probably ate that day. So.
Yeah.
And then I would maybe the Starbucks maybe, or no?
No, not really, not so much the Starbucks, but you were kind of right in the mini burgers, and really it's just all kind of meats are gonna have saturated fat, but like it's kind of just a type of meat. Usually lean meats will have the lowest, so like turkey and chicken, but usually ground beef and stuff is gonna have high saturated fat. But so like the thing I was looking at the most was the 6 marinara, provolone cheese, and everything else. And what I would recommend is maybe just, if it'd be okay with you, just cutting out the cheese completely,
Okay.
just to kind of like get that saturated fat down, so you can kind of decrease the LDL levels and all that.
I could do that.
Would that be a thing that you think you could do?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, it's just kind of a perk.
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure. And like even like at Subway, like there's a lot of like good things too that you can get. Like, I mean, my favorite thing I get there is like they had the wraps there, the chicken wraps.
I haven't had the wraps. I've had the flatbreads before, but I haven't had the wraps yet.
Oh, you should definitely go. They're awesome.
Okay.
Looks like you don't really have that many fruits and vegetables, and that's a big factor too as well.
Okay.
And the reason why is just because in taking those fruits and vegetables, they have like plenty of like antioxidants. Also makes you feel fuller to where you're not wanting to eat like cheese and everything else, and they're just really good for you.
Okay.
As well.
Gotcha.
So do you think you maybe could like add like maybe like a banana in between, like maybe not even a banana, just some kind of fruit or vegetable in between Frosted Flakes and like the Subway?
Okay.
Like in between that time, do you think you could do that?
Yeah.
I know you have a very busy schedule, but
Yeah, for sure. I can, because there's a Kroger right by the GNC.
yeah.
Right there, and I definitely always would have time to like stop in and like literally get a piece of fruit if I wanted to.
Okay.
So.
Sweet. So we'll do that. And even just adding this like that fruit, I mean, it'll make a big difference too.
Okay. And they have the cut up fruit too, which would be really convenient.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like the pineapples and everything else. Yeah, they're awesome for sure. And then, like I was saying, go back to the exercising, how that actually can increase HDL levels as well and decrease LDL. Maybe a goal could be, do you think you could add one more day
Yeah.
to exercising? I know you're very busy. I don't want to like really like, put so much stress on you, but that can really benefit in the long run.
Okay.
Just exercising a bit more.
How would like adding maybe like a short cardio session before I go to work, would that count as a day?
Oh
or?
yeah, for sure. I mean,
Okay.
anything, like it could be cardio, it could be lifting. I mean, nothing crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can do that.
For sure. All right, awesome. So cardio for work, sweet. And then you don't even smoke, so you're in the clear. And so, like I was saying, the healthy eating looks like they were kind of like already made some goals and everything. Like I said, I don't want to make any crazy goals yet. And so, how do you think about the goals? Like,
I definitely think they're reachable. Like, I don't feel like you literally just gave me a whole diet plan. So.
all right, awesome. Like I said, I don't want to make anything too crazy. I don't want to take out, the enjoyment of eating. And like, if you want to meet again, we can, and we can definitely I can keep on giving you recommendations and everything, and kind of like adding stuff to your diet that can actually benefit with your high cholesterol.
Okay, yeah, I could definitely, because these are minor changes. These aren't.
Yeah, I mean, I could make some big changes if I want to.
Let's work up to that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that'd be awesome. But I mean, so far you kind of understand. Like, so did I kind of explain to you like how cholesterol is and kind of what it is, or is there anything that's kind of like you're still questioning about it?
Does it have anything to do with like energy output? Like if I have too high cholesterol, like does that affect like?
It wouldn't have anything to do with energy output.
Okay.
The only thing that high cholesterol could do, like I said, it could block arteries and like clog them up. But anything else? that you have questions about?
Not at the moment. I probably will in the future.
Yeah, like if you ever have any questions, just don't hesitate to call me
Okay.
for sure,
Alright.
and I can help you out. And but yeah,
Okay, well, thanks. Like, I didn't even realize just these minor changes will decrease my levels.
oh yeah,
So, I mean, these are reachable goals.
awesome.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear that, and thank you for coming in, and thank you for taking the time to do this with me.
Yeah,
For
absolutely.
sure.
And thanks for taking your time out of your day to help me. So I do appreciate it because I'm so busy and it's so hard to do this, but I can do this for sure.
Awesome. I'd like to hear it.
Awesome. All right. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.